Hello, good morning. Thank you once again for joining me in our regular daily devotion. I am so blessed to have you here, and I hope that indeed you too will be blessed with our reflection for this morning. You know, coming over here, it's been such a big traffic. Cebu already has, of course, this is Sinulog season, so there's a lot of people on the street, a lot of guests, tourists, and traffic is incredibly bad. Of course, Cebu has been known to be pretty bad already, but I just saw a newspaper clipping where Manila is the worst, has been ranked the worst traffic in the world. Wow. So we have that distinction of having the worst traffic in the world. Incredible, huh? But I guess, I'm not here to complain. I'm not here to give suggestions on traffic. But I'm here to tell you some reflections that we can have regarding traffic. First, I'd like to share with you, number one, that in traffic, we need to really follow rules. Rules are very important. Why? Because if you don't follow the rule in traffic, then the traffic enforcer is going to call your attention and catch you, give you a ticket. Well, I for one, sometimes we get naughty, we drive around, and then I remember in Manila, we didn't know about the bike lanes, so I thought it was an opportunity to get ahead of the others. So we just went through the bus lane, and suddenly this enforcer just called me, and then that's it. I had to pay the fine. So it's pretty bad. So if you don't really follow traffic rules, remember, you are a person that needs to follow rules, being a citizen of this country. We also know that we have to follow the rules of life. And we know that the Bible talks about the 10 commandments, and Jesus was asked about what is the most important commandment. In Matthew chapter 22, verse 37, one of them, an expert of the law, tested him with this question, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." I think this is the most important commandment of all. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added on as well. I am so glad that we have this devotion early in the morning. Why? Because it's like we are starting our day telling God, "Lord, before I start my day, I want you, I want your guidance, I want your authority over my life. Whatever I do on the next 23 hours from now, I want to give you glory." Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. Number two, another important lesson about traffic is you have to be patient. Right? With all these cars blowing their horns, everybody wants to get ahead. Everyone wants to reach their destination faster than you and ending up in accidents because they are so impatient. Life is like that. Every car that you see has a person with his own set of priorities. Anyone there has his own needs. Everyone there probably has his own worries to think about. So every person there, no matter how much they will test your patience, always remember to be patient with them. Don't be like that guy on YouTube, the trending guy, the bald guy, who said, "Akin ang lisensya mo!" And then, "Akin ang lisensya mo!" And this guy is just a citizen. And just because probably he had an altercation on the road because somebody probably tried to cut him off. Normally, that's the source of all road rage, when somebody tries to cut you off. And when he got cut off, he also cut that guy off and said, "Akin ang lisensya mo," even though he did not have the authority for it. And there's another famous guy, just January, twice he was seen on social media, trying to pick a fight, carrying a big stick. So, I know, get out. See, these people with rage in their minds. And when he was interviewed, he was asked why he did it. I mean, twice he did it, just in a span of a week. He said, I just want to teach these bad drivers a lesson. See? I mean, he cannot see the mistake in himself, and all he sees are the mistakes of others. Friends, remember this. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. This man is so blind to his self-righteousness that he doesn't know that trying to pick a fight on the street is even worse than trying to cut off someone. Because it's either you will be endangered. What if someone puts out his gun and kills you? And that's it. Goodbye. All your family members will be mourning your death. Or what if in your rage you kill that person and you will spend the rest of your life in jail and in regret, all because of rage, all because of uncontrolled anger, when all we can actually do is try to put yourself in the mind of that person. If it's a driver, he probably wants to feed his family. He just probably wants to make sure he is able to provide for his family. Sometimes you don't like the taxi drivers because they're always, jostling for position, trying to get ahead. Try to remember, these people have their own struggles. These people have their own problems to deal with. Let us be more patient with them. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 2 says, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Friends, we know it's a challenge. When you're there and you are just listening to worship songs and then being with God and somebody cuts you off and then something inside you, just a little kind of rage. You want to pay back this so-called errant driver. But remember what the Bible is telling us. Be patient with one another. In Colossians chapter 3 verse 12 it says, therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. I remember my friend, he was like sharing in our Bible study. And one time he crossed the street and then somebody almost hit him and pressed the horn. He got so angry. And the guy got out and it was actually a pastor. His pastor. So at least he didn't swear on his pastor. So just remember, let us be patient with people on the street. Not just on the street, but let's be patient with people overall. At work, in life, all the people, the strangers that we meet. Let's be kind to them. Let's give them a smile. Let's give them a chance to make their day by showing kindness. People in the groceries, people those that are working for us. Let's be kind to one another. And of course, number 3, my last point, begin with the end in mind. Every time we get up in the morning, we have a goal. Every time you open your eyes, try to come up with a goal, because every day should be productive. Every day should have purpose, because when all the days have been counted and all the days have been spent, there is that ultimate goal in life. Remember yesterday when we talked about the beginning and the end, when all those people in their graves no longer have a chance to live their dreams. While we are still here, let us live our dreams. Let us begin with the end in mind. I want to be the person like Paul, who in 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7 said, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Friends, I know we are still a long way from this. There's still a lot of struggles along the way. Remember, beginning and the end, what is important now is the in-between. Let's live our life with purpose. Let's live our life with patience. Let's live our life with kindness. that in the noisy highway of life, with all the traffic and all the accidents that could happen and all the untoward behavior of people, let's remember that ultimately the end is to be with God. Let us keep the faith. Let us fight the good fight. And let's finish the race and finish it well. Thank you very much for joining me, and see you once again tomorrow.